What's up, guys? John Kelly here. We are back with a 3-pack of picks for UFC 272 in Las Vegas for Underdog Fantasy's MMA Pick'em format. And up first, we're going with my girl, Marina Moroz. This one's on the rival side. Marina Moroz is going up against Maria Agapova, and we need her to land at least one more takedown than Maria Agapova. And for starters, Agapova's not somebody that I think is going to look to wrestle quite often in the UFC. She's only attempted a few takedowns. She's only landed 2, and that was in the Shayna Dobson fight. Outside of that, she's actually only attempted 1, and that was on Dana White Contender Series, and she was unsuccessful in that takedown attempt. And on the flip side, Moroz is somebody that doesn't wrestle super often, but she has been lately, and I think this is a spot where I think we see that again. Moroz has actually attempted 17 takedowns over her last 2 fights, which sounds like a lot, but she's not very successful in her takedowns. So, she's landing 1 here, 2 there, whatever. But against Maria Agapova, who only has a 33% takedown defense, I think she looks to wrestle here. She basically just needs to land 1 because I don't think Agapova's landing any. So I like Marina Moroz to land at least 1 takedown more than Maria Agapova, and that's our first pick of the night. Up next, I had to go with my guy, Tim Elliott. I feel like I'm always pounding the table for Tim Elliott, whether it's on DraftKings, betting, whatever. And by the way, I did bet him at plus 195 against Tagir Ulanbekov in this matchup. You could check out the full betting breakdown that I'm going to drop with Jonas Schiffman tomorrow night. If you're watching this on Wednesday, we do that show Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. So be on the lookout for that one. Just a quick plug. But I like Tim Elliott. This one's on the rival side as well. Plus 2 takedowns versus Tagir Ulanbekov. And Ulanbekov, we've seen him land multiple takedowns so far throughout the UFC. He's had 2 fights, and that's clearly what he's looking to do. He's more of a grappler. He's landed 3 and 4 takedowns, but he can also be taken down himself. I'm not even convinced that he's that good of a grappler. Bruno Silva was able to take this guy down multiple times, and now he's going up against somebody like Tim Elliott, who has a collegiate wrestling background, high-level wrestling background. Tim Elliott's attempted 51 takedown attempts over his last 5 fights. He's averaging over 10 takedown attempts over his last 5 fights. We know he can wrestle in volume. I think there's going to be a lot of takedowns back and forth in this one. I wouldn't be surprised if Elliott just flat out had more takedowns than Ulanbekov, but giving me the plus 2, I had to take a shot on my guy Tim Elliott. I feel pretty good about this one for our second pick of the night. And of course, rounding things out, we have the People's Champion, Colby Covington. I'm actually looking at an under here, under 110.5 significant strikes. And you say, under, that seems kind of sketchy. Colby's a guy, high volume, likes to put it on. I think he's going to beat Jorge, and we're looking at an under here. That's kind of sketchy. But if you really think about it and you look at his matchups, like Colby, yes, he does have cardio for days. He does put a pace on his opponents. But historically speaking, he averages just over 4 significant strikes per minute, which means on average, he's landing about 100 or so significant strikes over 25 minutes. Now, 110.5 is a lot for starters, but also against Jorge Masvidal, who I expect the game plan is going to be to wrestle here. We've seen multiple times where Colby came in under that number, especially when he came in with a game plan looking to wrestle. Aside from the Kamaru Usman fight where they just stood toe-to-toe and traded for 25 minutes, he went over that number. And then the Robbie Lawler fight main event where that fight should barely even have been sanctioned. He put like 180 significant strikes on him. Outside of those 2 fights, he's actually never been over this number. And it's typically because he's banking control time, landing takedowns. And I think that's going to be a big part of the game plan against Jorge Masvidal. Colby knows his best path to victory here is to implement that wrestling. I think that's going to be the game plan. And listen, he's going to land a lot of strikes as well, but I just think over the course of 25 minutes, we're going to see a lot more control time and non-significant strikes as opposed to him just standing and trading and giving Jorge his best chance to win. So I like the under in the main event, 110.5 significant strikes. We're going with the under. Even though I think Colby wins, I think it's going to come more so from the takedowns and the control time, maybe some ground and pound, but not so much the significant strikes. So we're looking at an under in the main event. Now, I do want to say real quick, if you've never played on Underdog Fantasy before, you can use the link in the description below or promo code JohnKellyDFS. That will get you a 100% deposit match on your first deposit. All you need to do is sign up. Minimum deposit is $10. And then you can, tail these picks if you think they're good. You can fade them if you think they're terrible, or maybe mix and match somewhere in between, add some of the ones that you like. But it's a really fun format and just another way to have a great sweat on a Saturday night. Good luck, guys, and we'll see you next time.